You recognize this, don't you? It's on your currency notes. Rupees, I believe you call them. The first archaeologists that discovered Moenjodaro decided to call this little sunken pool the Great Bath, and this the Grand Stupa, built for housing the ashes and relics of the Buddha. Archaeologists now believe the stupa was built much later using material from the city ruins. You see, the Buddha was born over 1,000 years after the city was already old news. Fascinating, isn't it? The connections we uncover when we peel back layers and layers of history. It's been a century since Moenjodaro was first excavated, but your time's historians haven't been able to figure out what purpose these two buildings served within the city. Was this bath a religious space, where the priests of Moenjodaro cleaned all their idols? Or was it just a fancy swimming pool with a nice view for Moenjodaro's people? Was this grand dome an homage to a hero or a heroine? Or was it a memorial in remembrance of some great tragedy? You know, archaeologists haven't been able to figure out the language of Moenjodaro either. Whatever texts they've found so far are very short, and no bilingual inscriptions have been found. Fortunately for you folks, archaeologists are able to make educated guesses about life in Moenjodaro based on their understanding of another ancient civilization of the time, Mesopotamia. For instance, archaeologists now know these are the granaries, where the city could store its grain, and this, the elevated section, had been thought of as a citadel, where an urban elite possibly lived and prospered. All the houses excavated here have private indoor bathrooms, which is very sophisticated for city life 5,000 years ago. And of course, how can one forget the drainage systems that took all the bathroom gunk out away from the citadel to make sure the nice neighborhoods didn't start stinking? All of this shows a very high level of city planning. And also, a certain degree of wealth that historians believe may have to do with trading ties with Egypt and Mesopotamia, where archaeologists have found documented evidence that shows merchants from Moenjodaro and the Indus Valley civilization did set up shop. And being the world's largest city in its heyday with 600 acres of city span to boast, such massive networks of trade and travel do make sense. You might think ancient South Asia was a wilderness without culture, without advanced human thought or technology, but Moenjodaro was the greatest city of the Indus Valley civilization, home to a sophisticated, urbanized people that extended from modern-day India's Rajasthan and Gujarat all the way to Tajikistan and the frontiers of Iran. The discoveries and revelations surrounding Moenjodaro have transformed how archaeologists and historians understand the history of South Asia and its peoples today. The significance of Moenjodaro and its legacy has been sanctified by being awarded World Heritage status by UNESCO, a testament to the outstanding contribution made by this one city alone in the greater story of global human heritage. With World Heritage status, it becomes the international community's obligation to protect this site from various developments that can endanger it, such as uncontrolled urbanization and insensitive human development, environmental degradation, and natural disasters, even armed conflict or war. The objective is to protect these sites for the future, so that the generations of people yet to come can still appreciate the majesty of human civilization through ancient sites like Moenjodaro. Among Pakistan's World Heritage sites, Moenjodaro is, by far, the oldest. The people were peaceful as there is no archaeological evidence of wars or weaponry, and their skills with metalwork are one of the most advanced of their time. Still, the vast majority of the city is awaiting excavation, and its language, its art, and everyday life is only grasped through educated guesses. For the sake of you and the people of the future, I hope your time will make these leaps of discovery and eventually learn to appreciate, protect, and preserve the Indus Valley civilization, its cities, its culture, and its people in their totality.